Leave you laid out on the floor, try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more, claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports.
Hey, big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. You already know. WCS is back in the building with another one. Yes, I just wanted to come on and just briefly touch bases on one of the hottest topics that's circulating around social media. You already know what it is, man. If you're taking a look, we have a fight that's going on in November. And at this moment, the interest of Norman Jr. and Devin Haney has taken over just a little bit. It has basically temp loaned the airtime of us talking about freaking Crawford and Canelo. And look, that fight is ticking away very, very, very fast. But there was an encounter. If you didn't know, I'm not playing the video, though I would like to. But I'm pretty sure, I've been in this situation where there's a video that goes viral. And, those individuals want to freaking send copyrights and shit on your screen. But you know what? I might try to find it anyway, and I know what I'm going to do to kind of push past it. But let me find it right quick. I just want to show you all the encounter that happened between Team Norman Jr., Team Haney. But let me get to some specifics, okay? The fight has been signed. And yes, words have exchanged airspace. That means it's some verbal sparring going on that finally they met each other face to face. And we seen what went down. Okay? Let me pull up this video right quick. It's funny when you're not looking for it. It shows up 10 times over. But then, hold on for a second. Let me just type it in right quick. So let's go to what just recently went down, and you can read the lips. Let me share screen right quick. Now, if you're looking at the screen right here, right, I'm just going to briefly show you this encounter that happened today. Okay. So they just had a basic face-off, and Norman Jr. put his hand up there for separation and say, "Move away from me, get out of my space." And and Haney shoved him back. I find it really good promo for the fight, to be honest. But I want to show you this one. Shout out to IK TV. This is his footage. Okay.
We so blessed to fight him.
This is the earlier engagement, and I'm pretty sure IK TV will proceed to the aftermath.
He got the belt. He got the belt. He did not come to. That's what you say. He did not come to. You don't want to do that.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit to how all this went down, because the whole process of having security is to do what, y'all? The whole process of having security is to de-escalate, right? To de-escalate. That's the whole purpose of security, is to de-escalate. But to look at this situation, both fighters were at each other face to face, and you see how Bill Haney is right there. So it's not like he wasn't anywhere in the proximity. Norman Sr. was right there behind Norman. So, Norman addressed Haney to the point where he just had his finger extended. Right? And Haney did what he's supposed to do. Hey, get your hand off me. I don't blame any fighter. You know what I'm saying? It's good promo. It's a good encounter. Letting people know that we ain't friends. It's gonna be personal. Let's continue with the roll.
You don't want to do that.
Now, right here, security pushes Devin damn near 10 goddamn New York blocks down to the third bodega on the left-hand side, and told him to get a Philly cheese steak and bring him back a damn donut, a chocolate-covered donut with sprinkles. Devin pays this guy. I seen him around this day main security. Okay. Also, this is the one that Terrence Crawford had picked up at one point in time, and he dusted them off. But not to mention, he is a pretty big dude, and he's been around the Haney security team for a minute. So he does his job. And also they had another dude back there. I'm not quite familiar with him, but he quickly reached in with his right hand and grabbed Brian Norman. Look at Bill. Bill hasn't did anything. He's chilling. Bill has been in these situations before. He said, man, I'm chilling. Look at him. Devin is over there. He's right here in front of Norman. He didn't reach out and touch Norman, right? But the security came in, and all he could have did was just say, hey, separation, right? But he put his right hand on Norman's chest and grabbed him. He grabbed him and pulled his shirt. He tried to do an old school trick, grab and put the shirt over the head, and to basically restrict you from doing anything. Old school move, man. He's practiced that plenty of times in the comfort of his own home. Now you see right here, Brian Norman is competing at 147 pounds, y'all. Listen to me when I tell you. And this is IK TV's footage that I'm looking at. This man is 147-pound welterweight. I don't care what he's weighing right now. The guy that's in front of him clearly is a heavyweight. Brian Norman is a welterweight champion. This guy has a full fist of shirt and pulled the shirt to basically impair the vision of Brian Norman Jr. It's an old school trick. At this point in time, if it was a street fight, this guy would be well in the way with his free hand while he's blinding whoever's in front of him, right? Norman, being country strong out of the South, he's showing this guy first. He gripped him up on his hand, 2-on-1. That's called a 2-on-1. Okay. He has his left hand on the guy's wrist, and he has his right hand on the forearm. That's called a 2-on-1. That's pretty much how you attempt to stabilize when someone has, size advantage over you, strength over you, right? And I'm a little shaky on the strength part, as you will see a little bit later. I'm a little shaky on the strength part, because you would think somebody that's imposing of a figure as the security guard over a welterweight, they would have no problem. But watch the transition, though. I will say this: Brian Norman Jr. has a 2-on-1. He's attempting to de-escalate. So right now, he's attempting to pretty much grab Senior. So this guy's really feeling himself. To me, I'm gonna be honest with you. It can be a lot of things. This dude don't have to take a piss test. But he has Norman by the shirt pulled up over his head. And basically what that does is restrict both hands, both arms. It allows Brian Norman to have to go through a bit more difficulty in trying to gain, a little bit more awareness on what's going on in the tactical situation, the physical situation is going on. In the meantime, Senior's over there dealing with not only the guy in the plaid shirt, but it's another security that's over there to his right. So he has his right hand still on Norman Jr.'s shirt, and I think his left hand was grabbing the shirt of Senior. Okay. Now he's extending the arm back. Why? Because he has on a white tee. So what he's doing is controlling. I mean, he's practiced this. This is the part of security. This is the part of getting into physical altercations, how you de-escalate a situation, how you disrupt the rhythm of the adversary, pulling a shirt over their head. This is an old school trick. But he's extending the arm to try to get that part of the shirt that ripped and put it behind Norman Jr. Why? He has also his left hand, from what I believe, on Senior, and another security guard to Senior's right. As you're going to see in the video, he had his right hand on Senior's throat. Now, you see the guy's right hand on Senior's chin, right? Another tactical move to disable your adversary. He has the chin. A lot of people don't know, couldn't understand what's going on in here with this security. When you push your palm into somebody's, the palm is a pretty solid piece, part of your body. The palm can take a bit more pain, so to speak. I know they talk about they put the nails through the palms of Jesus' hands and stuff like that. The palm can handle a lot. Also, it can inflict a lot of damage when it comes to martial arts, especially if you do palm strikes in an upward manner. It can break some teeth and crack some jaws. Also, in this particular case with this security, he's palming the chin and he's pressing upward. What that does is, once again, like I said about the first security, he grabbed the shirt to basically impair the vision of Norman Jr. The second security guard is basically has his right hand on the chin area. He's pushing upward. Why? Because when your head go back, you're not going to be able to see what's going on. Plus, your body is going to go backwards. So he's basically got his hand on a grown-ass man's chin and the lower part of his face and pushing upward. That is a self-defense tactic, bro. It may not look like nothing to everybody else, but that's a self-defense tactic. Both of these guys use self-defense tactics. You can use people's clothes against them, and also you can use your own physical components, such as your left and right hand, your knees, your elbows. This is in the street. This is not a sanctioned bout. But the chin, the palm to the chin, the way he's palming it is just to push the head back and disorientate the person while other strikes are being landed or whatever you're trying to do. Look at this right here. That welterweight, Norman Jr. is still in the fight. Norman Jr., a welterweight. Listen to me, y'all. A welterweight who competes at 147 pounds is still in the scuffle. Now, there's other people. You see Bill Haney to the left, okay? See Bill Haney to the left right here. You see Adrian Clark, who's really not trying to get too close to the beehive. You know what I'm saying? It's really outside his league. Adrian's used to looking at paperwork next to the keyboard and the computer, really trying to read line for line. He ain't trying to goddamn go in here and scuffle. But he was out there. But look at how they shifted. East to west, north to south, right? They're going west right now. Norman has what is considered a underhook. An underhook is very, very accurate when it comes to moving a bigger person. You see, Crawford gets underhooks a lot when he's out here wrestling people. I'm telling you, look at the underhook that Norman Jr. has on this security. At this point in time, weight classes, in my opinion, if I was thinking like Norman Jr., it don't matter. Because this guy went from the security pulling up his shirt over his head to gaining an underhook, yo. Now, let's go to the security aspect of it. He has what is considered an overhook. You can see his arm is over Brian Norman's left arm. What he could have did if he was really trying to do damage, he could have wizarded Brian Norman Jr. and he would have went flying, because you can do that. They do it a lot in judo. Okay, a lot of judo throws, they do this shit all the time. BJJ, I mean, it happens. You got the overhook. If he would have split the legs of Norman and put him up on his hips and use the momentum of that overhook, then we're talking something different. But just to see that Norman Jr. has an underhook on this big guy. This big guy to me is weighing like 270, 280. I've seen him in person several times. But they're shifting west right now. Okay. Now look at this. Now, this is amazing. I'm trying to maintain my sanity here. I mean, this is amazing to watch. And the reason being is that I'm not trying to change my voice, but I hear people all the time saying weight classes matter. And I've heard and seen so many snot bubbles and tears talk about Crawford, weight classes matter. Brian Norman just debunked a lot of what's being talked about. I mean, look, in certain cases, weight classes may matter. In this case, okay, this case right here, Norman is basically maintaining. I wanted the damn wordplay the shit, the gaintaining, because he gained the advantage and he has a better position than the security who had to basically release the overhook that he had on Brian Norman's left arm. And his left, the security's left, he had the post. He had the post so he wouldn't be on the floor. That would have been extremely embarrassing. You got a welterweight on your right-hand side. You got a honey badger. You got a goddamn Kodiak that gain an underhook and wrestle you to the ground. Who? What? Man, come on, man. Come on, man. You see Bill Haney is coming in. He's coming in from the east. The guy in the black shirt, that is the secondary security. This dude right here was not out there to play any games. The one in the black, he saw what was going on. He was doing a lot of pushing and shoving. All I heard was ludicrous. You know that song, come on, move, get out the. I mean, he was all about the smoke. Now the security that Norman had that underhook on, dude had to post up so he wouldn't be on the floor. That's crazy, y'all. And Devin is up here talking crazy like that and pushing and shoving. Bro, do you really want that type of work? Let's hit the play button again. I don't even see the security right now except the guy in the black. You see the pedestrians, the civilians in the hallway. They're fleeing. I wonder if Showbiz can hurry up and serve them a petition for the no running rule, because as the video play, you're going to understand that they're fleeing. They're running the opposite way, further west in the corridor to make that quick left turn to get away from all these black interaction, with the exception of Jolene. And we're going to get to Jolene too. She is the Caucasian woman to the right. Okay. Singer's back there. He been in situations like this before. Come on, man. Singer was pretty much fighting two dudes, man. He was pretty much fighting two dudes at one freaking time, man. Adrian Clark, he's somewhere. I don't know what he's doing. I really don't know if he's telling the security that's back there scuffling, he's tapping them on the shoulder and say, please, sir, please, just calm down. Just calm down. He's probably hitting him with some old Rodney King sentiments. Can't we all just get along? Can't we? I don't know what Adrian Clark was doing back there, but I can tell you what Jolene was doing. Jolene was in the mix. I have sent the letter up there. Adrian Clark, if you listen, I sent the letter to your HR of Fighters First Management, and I requested to have you demoted. I didn't think you did enough in regards to being signed with Team Norman. There's a lot of fluff going on. I don't know what you was doing. Were you tripping over your own feet? I mean, Jolene was trying to get the product. Jolene was attempting to get the product out of there. He said, hey, get off him. They signed Norman the product. They had to keep him healthy. They ain't trying to miss out on November date for him to heal from an injury. He was up there wrestling Debo. Look, he took Debo down without a brick. That's a bad man. That is a bad man. He took Debo down without a brick. Come on, man. I know people's not going to want to hear it like this, but it's okay. But shout out to Jolene. I submitted a letter of commendation for Jolene because she was in the smoke. Jolene was throwing hammer fists, respectable hammer fists. She was using verbal commands. Get the F off him now, God damn it. Get the F off him around here. What the F? I mean, she was jabbing him with those F bombs. Let's keep it going. Now, security rises from the canvas. And guess who can't be seen? Norman Jr. can't be seen right now. Norman Jr. is still in the SMOKE. He is still in the gas chamber. Senior still in the gas chamber. You have two fighters, right? One that's actively a world champion still defending themselves against these two Goliath security. Hey, man, you got to love it, man. It's not often where you can say you was in a scuffle or a scrap with your pops. Not to mention that your pops was a professional fighter too. And you know what I'm saying? Like, not to mention, not every family can say they got into a scuffle where they was elbow to elbow with their pops. Not every pops can say, you know what? My son held it down. Even though that's not his only son, my son held it down and did what he's supposed to do. Because this is something to pretty much brag about. But I know people are going to come at me sideways for even giving this type of take. It's not like I'm lying. I'm telling you what I see. Once again, you see Jolene from the back. Jolene is involved. At that point in time, if Jolene had a pocket knife, and she'd be slicing and dicing. She got one left hand on Bill Haney's back, and then she's pretty much they're probably doing stab jabs to the rib cage, but they still at it, y'all. Look at that, they still at it. They still at it. You see Senior back there, still in the gas chamber, still in the gas chamber, and then somewhere in the mix is Norman Jr., still in the gas chamber. Southern Smoke. Now it starts to clear up a little bit. We're talking about a welterweight against a Debo, a heavyweight. Now it starts to separate a little bit. It seems like from this distance, Norman Jr. has a smile on his face because he may be looking at it like Paul Walker said, hey, man, I got you. I got you. You grab my shirt, but I got you. I got that underhook on you, dog. I got you. That ain't going nowhere. It's on film. It's went viral. I got you, dog. I got you. I sent you to the ground, man. You had to post up, man. I took you down, bro. I took you down. 24 years of age, bro. Welterweight. I'm not even breaking the 200s right now. And he took him down. Look at Jolene. Come on, man. Somebody promote Jolene right now to head, the CEO, the executive officer. Jolene still got a right hand up. It's not a closed fist, but Jolene, she about to slap the goddamn. She's about to slap the Vaseline off somebody, man. She got her mouth open, her hand open. She about to swing and slap, 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 bro. I hear some insults being thrown, which is warranted. But I really don't know what Devin is doing standing there. All the action is over with. Why is Devin there and his security behind him? What are you doing now? It's almost like you show up when it's in a de-escalation mode right here. It's in a phase of de-escalation. You're standing there for what? Everything has been done already. Now, did you just see that? I want you to pay attention to what just happened. Okay? Pay attention to what the security did. Devin comes into the frame. Okay? Devin comes into the frame. He bumps into the left side of his security. The same security that shoved Devin before this whole entire melee started. Boom. He's behind Devin. This is Devin's paid security. This what this guy is paid to do, right? Boom. He steps, moves with his lead foot. He don't know what's going on. He just know Senior's pissed. And then you still got Junior back there. So Devin coming back there with a red hat on. Why? There's no need. His security, knowing the devil, look, that is his client. It's up to him to prevent this from happening again. So what do you think about this? Is he a little heavy-handed? He shoves Devin back with ease. He shoves him back with ease, yo. He shoves Devin back with ease out of the frame. Was he supposed to do that? Yeah, he's supposed to do that. But back there still in the gas chamber, in the smoke, the southern smoke, is freaking Junior and Senior. And I think Adrian Clark is back there in the security. Both of the security is still back there. To be honest with you, I don't think any one of them, security or the senior junior was fearful of anything when it comes to, possibly fists being thrown, but no punches was thrown. No punches was thrown, y'all. That's a good thing about this whole thing, because that just would have been bad. That would have been bad. If punches was thrown in this particular scenario, it just would have been bad. Now, I do want to talk about the size thing. Like, in between fights, I don't know why it's always a fighter that may be disciplined in their eating habits versus a fighter who gains a little bit more weight in between fights. But this big thing, I don't know why it's always, oh, he's small, you small. I heard Richards and Hitchens say that. Richards and Hitchens said the same. Oh, you small, you small, you small. I mean, what does it matter? They said same thing about Terrence Crawford when he was going there against Errol Spence. Terrence Crawford too small. He too small. Haney just said Norman too small. What does it matter?
Oh shit! Thank you. That's what's up.
One thing I know about Devin, though, when he trash talk, he say the same thing over and over again. He's gonna say you small like 15,000 to 16,000 times, man. So at least a handshake came out of something.
listen, I told you, I was gonna give a shot. You know what I'm saying?
I think this was before, definitely. Shout out to Aki TV for that video. I want to get back to the listeners right quick. All right. My whole point for bringing this up is I know a lot of people want to get on here. Let me check the chat right quick before I even re-engage, right? Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. Jessica the Queen in the building. Don Vaughn in the building. AB in the building. Dan Tan in the building. He said he pushed him all the way to the juniors and said, get me some cheesecake. For real, right? He said, go get that cheesecake. It's still open, okay? You don't have to get there think about it being 2 in the morning. Go get that cheesecake, man. Mike in the building, what's good? AB, what are you talking about, bro? The security, man, they had on the plaid shirt, man. Goddamn. Shout out to AC in the building. See, also had an injury he's dealing with. Yeah, for sure. I haven't even got to that, man. I haven't even got to that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even got to that yet, bro. But you're right. You're absolutely right. I haven't even got to it. Shout out to C-Dub, Chris in the building, man. What it do with you, bro? He said the same song, Ryan Garcia and Haney, now Norman and Haney, somebody about to get knocked out. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of pushing and shoving and all this stuff. And if you go into this whole training camp mad, then good luck, man. I mean, we've seen what happened when you go into a fight mad with the wrong type of fighter. You know, that don't play out in your favor. I'm not saying this the case, but all the pushing and shoving and all that, man, what does it matter when it comes to punches thrown? You know, either one, he's going to fight Norman like he did Jorge Linares, or Lomachenko, or whatever. I mean, it's not like, you know, Devin can't box, but we know that Norman Jr. has that ammunition. There's a certain type of TNT. And look, I'm hearing people's I'm hearing people preface, well, he's an overall better boxer. Well, look, Vernon Forrest was a better boxer than Ricardo Mayorga too. And we saw him take 2 losses to Ricardo Mayorga. But yet the same Vernon Forrest who fought Sugar Shane, who defeated Ricardo Mayorga, he won twice against Sugar Shane Mosley. So you can keep saying that Haney has the better boxing. He can box. Both boxers can box. Who you deem to have better boxing skills is up to you. I'm not getting no full-blown debate with people about, hey, go back to the fight, but I'm not going back to that. I'm gonna go back to a fight where there was damn sparks and electricity. I heard thunder and I seen lightning. That's the only freaking fights I'm revisiting. I'm revisiting the Santillan fight. You know, I'm visiting the Cuevas fight. And you know, if I can still stand it, I'm goddamn tune in to Jin Sasaki. But you know what I'm saying? We already know how that played out. For a son, and it is an honor to fight side by side with Pops. For Dad, it's a proud moment that you and your son put work. Absolutely, man. You know, it was a proud moment for them to be at the scuffling. I'm glad no punches were strong. Nobody got cut, anything. After witnessing what Ryan did to Dev's jaw, I can only imagine what's going to happen now. Hey, man, you and I both, I really want to see this fight. It should be a very entertaining fight. The press conference today, it was light. It was okay. Wasn't too much trash talking, you know, wasn't too out of control. That's not what Junior does. But one thing I will commend him for is his strength. And he got some country strong strength, bro. To basically do a 2-on-1 and then go for an underhook and they end up taking a guy that big to the ground. I'm telling you, that's incredible strength right there to basically correlate that to his punching power. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's lethal. That's lethal. And Devin understand it. He said, hey, he's levels above. He's supposed to say that. Devin's supposed to say he's levels above or whatever. But when the fight is finally there, I mean, come on, man. You have someone who is freaking in 3 fights pretty much went viral and has made a meteoric rise, knocking chins off. It's people up here that's gonna say, well, I'll look at the Santion fight. I don't know who fight I can look on for Devin. You know, they're gonna start making comparisons. Definitely, hey, Devin has the better resume. Point blank, it's no debate. He has the better resume, absolutely. But this is a totally different weight class against a totally different fighter. He can say that he ain't fought nobody of notoriety or register when it comes to being a significant threat or a contender. Yeah, his resume is better. But when it comes down to recognizing that he's a dangerous fighter and he's changed, you know, he's improved, and you know, seniors say, hey, he's always had it. It's just the point of seeing it. So, you know, he's more talk right now. And one thing I know about Bill Love basically temp loaning a fighter's momentum. I'm not temp loaning, but he loves being a part of it. You know what I'm saying? He loves to go over there and take visits while another fighter is getting a little bit of momentum and clout going on. That's what he does, man. That Bill is good at that. But a lot of people thought they wasn't going to take the fight. The fight has been made. It's signed. The only thing left now is I don't know when they're going to have another presser, but hopefully something crazy doesn't happen tomorrow night at the fights. I just hope, you know, calmer heads prevail and we good. You know, that's all I can say. I hope calmer heads prevail. And you know, that's what it is. But I think it's going to get better at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to get better at the fight fans knowing we got a fight in September of Crawford Canelo, and we also have a fight you know, in November. But yet, that's not to disregard the fights that we have tonight and tomorrow. And another fight coming up. The Tank situation, that's a whole nother live stream. The Tank situation, I will talk about on a separate live stream. But I just wanted to highlight the fact, but what he did is not something that is easy or fluke or whatever. You know, that takes strength. That takes natural strength to do some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That takes strength. And to go up there against a security guard who get paid to do this shit, against a fighter who's competing in a 147-pound weight class and somebody who's weighing well over 250, to even gain any type of control or momentum of a intense situation, a physical altercation such as that, that's something to commend right there. I don't care what nobody said. That's commendable. If I'm talking about Crawford, that's what I try to explain to people. You know, Crawford is much more stronger than he looked, but they brush it off. Norman, what he was able to do is a perfect example. And what I'm trying to tell people, like, you look at a little dude, but all these dudes you call small, they strong as fuck. Period. They're very strong. And you know, old boy was like Debo, man. And you know, he was able to gain an underhook and take it to the flow. Hey, salute to them, bro. I ain't gonna lie, salute to them. But I should be on a little bit later, man. I only came on for a brief bit to drop this or whatever, because I'm on the go. But let me see if anything else that I freaking left out. Hold on for a second. I thought I seen something. I'm gonna say that to another live. I know what it was. It was a Tank Davis situation. Yeah, it was a Tank Davis situation. I think I'm gonna come back on a little bit later and talk about the Tank Davis situation. Yeah, because I'm in a hurry right now. But hey, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game, man. Salute to y'all. We should do it again another time, another place.